searching for you. I'm still searching for you. From dirt to the sky, I'm still searching for you. 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 I'm still from dirt to the sky. I'm still searching for you.
Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
You disgust me.
Who gives a shit?
Go on.
I made it the fuck up. I'm it. I'm it. I'm it. I'm it. And it is glorious! And I run. Just for fun, 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 just for fun.
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
Just for fun, 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 just for fun.
Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. It's your t-shirted historian for the second time today. Yay!
Woohoo!
All right. So, before we get started, Malaquin, I know you're in Canada. I don't know what part of Canada, so I don't know how funny this is going to be to you or not, but I saw this, and you were like the first person I thought of for some reason, so Mal, this one's going straight out for you. I hope you enjoy it. I know we all had a good laugh on it. I hope you do too.
I had 4 fucking
I
beers.
know how you feel about it, Wolverine, but...
You honestly think I can't fucking drive? You know it takes me like at least a 6-pack to catch a fucking buzz.
Wolverine!
We're going to the fucking liquor store, so give me the keys right fucking now.
There you
I'm
go.
not your buddy, guy.
Not your guy, buddy.
I'm not your guy, pal.
Not your pal, guy.
I'm not your buddy, guy, buddy. I can't even get that right. It's that's how convoluted that gets.
I love Canadians though. They're great folks. One of my best friends is Canadian, and I've known him for ages now. And yes, he will confirm. He says I sent him that same video, and he said he lives up in Calgary, and he confirmed that yes, everybody up here does talk like that.
Yeah, it's actually interesting how many like old school like guys that are like older that I've come to know on like the OSR side of the thing are like mostly some of them like half or like Canadian.
Yeah, well, I mean, why not? There's nothing wrong with Canadians. Canadians are cool people.
I just wasn't expecting it. Like I didn't think it would like so many like of the old school guys would be like Canadian for the most part, not more than like actual American dudes.
I don't know what the ratio is, but
I don't know either. So
All right. Well, let's see. Ironcaster is set to join us after he gets out the shower. So, hey, Daniel. Good to see you.
What's
bud.
up?
Not
Heyo.
much. So, all right. Why don't we start things off with a little bit of Stellar Blade, huh? Because Stellar Blade just hit 3 million sales. Yeah, that's a big thing.
but the one thing, yeah, but the also thing the one I've been seeing mostly about is apparently I guess it's got like you can't like do certain mods with the game apparently.
I mean, I think if you're on Nexus won't let you, but we do have some news about Nexus too. Which it's kind of old news at this point, but it's still news. But here to talk a little bit about Stellar Blade. Let's talk to our good. Actually, just watch a video by our good friend Kyle.
Bing halo, master cheeks, crease so deep I could hardly speak. So inclusive, bosom heaving, Eve's all woman, there's no deceiving. Feminine, anatomically correct, meaty robust, he made me interject. Femme fatale, there is no stopping. Now erect when I was flopping.
Jeez.
I'm sorry, I had to pause.
Yeah. Cartoon titties speak.
I mean,
Pushing all my buttons, about to chew it up like a piece of mutton. Unlock regions, competition, slam them yams, reaction, fission. About to pat the cakes, call me Baker's man. Slide inside Eve like a Pringles can. Dudes in skirts cry problematic, only pronouns are so dramatic. Fruit discuss who goes to heaven, turns the gay up to 11. Only ugly can be diverse, say dudes with balls.
I have not seen. Yeah, I've never seen a pregnancy mod yet. That's a new one on me.
And did he just say turn the gay up to 11?
Yes, he did.
He is referring to the fact that, diverse cannot be both attractive and heterosexual. It's not allowed.
Apparently, I don't know. I mean,
no,
ugly, ugly chicks.
Okay.
Weirdo guys who look like chicks, and the normal stuff. Oh, and pregnant Sailor Moon.
So Dragon Age Veilguard, basically.
Oof. God.
Or D&D 2020.
Well, I mean, yeah, maybe so, but I mean, Dragon Age Veilguard is kind of like the pinnacle of really awful character design, but so far, I should say, so far.
Did you see April O'Neil in that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing?
Yeah, that was pretty bad too. But anyway, let's continue.
Inside they purse, heterosexual patriarchy, ain't trying to hear that queer malarkey. Woke rejected, no new norm, put me to sleep like chloroform. So inclusive, heckin' valid, you do not win, friends with salad. Jack me nimble, jack me quick, records broken, suck my dick. Burn so good like it's hot wax, it's just a pretty woman, motherfucker, relax. Girl boss dead, women aren't men, shift up made femme fatales great again.
I mean, it's pretty much true. I mean, Now I will say that it doesn't hurt that Eve is really, really good looking, and all the other women in the game are really, really good looking. But the game itself is really good. Outside, it's a great adventure game. It's got some nice platforming. It's got good action. It's got good fights. It's got good boss fights. I can't say enough good things about it. The soundtrack is really phenomenal. You get all this, and you get a really good-looking female protagonist on top of that, who is kind of scantily clad, and who the director specifically chose to shoot at low angles so you can get a better look at her ass. I mean, what's not to like, man?
Look, I'm a huge racing fan, right?
Mm.
And Ferrari just won their third straight Le Mans, and they asked him, how did you guys go about doing it? And he said, well, what we did is we asked the Ferrari F1 team for strategy tips, and then just did the opposite of everything they said. That's how we won. And then, which is painful for me as a Ferrari fan. But that's basically what happened here. They just went to the current AAA designers and they said, "Hey, how do you guys design a game? What was the budget? How much do you focus on diversity versus how much do you focus on, good-looking female protagonists versus how much do you focus on gameplay?" And they got the secret sauce for how EA or Ubisoft or whoever's making their next game, and then they just did the opposite. And they said, "Well, we're just going to do no diversity. It's all females. We're going to make sure they're all attractive. And now that design phase is finished, we can devote all these resources to a game that doesn't suck."
I mean, people got to know their audience, but more importantly, it's like gamers don't want to play, necessarily politics or modern current era discussion topics. They want to play a fun game. And dude, are you out of the shower yet? Seriously, he's sitting here typing on the thing. I could just see him just dripping butt naked and sitting in his chair and typing that in because he can hear the stream.
I didn't need
thanks
that
to
mental
you,
image.
now I can see that.
Yeah, see, there you go.
What to say? No,
Yeah.
So I remember the first time I started getting because again, I don't have all these new fancy game consoles. I have an old 360. I just play Skyrim and BioShock Infinite on most days when I do it. So
I don't own a game console, man. I do PC for everything.
Yeah, I just don't. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Are you telling me that your PC can't handle these games?
Not the current ones I own. No, one of my laptops I use is from 2011, so I know for a fact it would not handle the new fancy games. Even though it still works fine for me when I try to do other stuff with it, but I don't like how the games take up so much room on my PC, and then it just slows it down completely. But what I was getting at was I remember Stellar Blade was popping on my radar when basically Gamergate 2 round 2 basically started up which was at the beginning of when Dragon Age Veilguard got revealed and all that craziness that was going around that before the game actually got released.
I don't really think there was a Gamergate Volume 2. I think people were trying to make it into a Gamergate 2 in order to make it something political, but it wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't that. It was just basically people just rejecting the stuff that was coming out.
Yeah. And before I was leaving for work this morning, I was actually watching this video. And it was talking about, I forget who it was. It was a guy talking about why Dragon Age Veilguard just failed so bad, despite all the hype that people were trying to make for it. And part of the things he said was about how they made everyone was basically just like normal, ugly, and pansexual was one of the biggest things he said. Everyone was pansexual. No one was attractive. Everyone had to kind of look the same. But as he was talking about that, I had a thought. Baldur's Gate 3 did kind of the same thing. You could technically say that every NPC that you could romance in that game was basically pansexual. You could romance because you could romance Astarion, you could romance Shadowheart. So then it wasn't gender specific. Right. But the thought was, why was it that there wasn't that many people who complained about that for Baldur's Gate 3 than what then they did for Dragon Age Veilguard?
You want me to tell you why?
Oh, I can answer that why, and looking at the Stellar Gate, we just proved it. The ladies, especially in Baldur's Gate 3, at least in my opinion, are way more attractive than any of the characters in Dragon Age Veilguard.
No, it's not so much an attractiveness thing. I mean, yeah, I'm sure that's part of it. Like I said, the fact that Eve looks great is just like a super duper big bonus. But the literal fact is, Dragon Age sucked because their story was not good. Their gameplay mechanics were boring, terrible. Their dialogue was abysmal, and their actual characters were just awful. The way that they spoke and the way that they treated each other, and the fact that they took away so much player agency in the way you could respond to different characters. Like, I mean, something that's kind of being eliminated from a lot of games, and it's kind of starting to piss me off. Not just because I want to be an asshole every single playthrough, but it's like, if you remember the great Fallout New Vegas?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Fallout New Vegas, what was so awesome about that is you had a number of different ways you could go through that game. You could be a complete dick and just shoot everybody up if you wanted to, or even in conversation, you could just cut people down and be nasty and mean and, pick fights and do whatever. I mean, you could be as aggressive and abrasive as you wanted to be in Fallout New Vegas, and that was part of its charm and its appeal, was the fact that you could replay it so many times and do it so many different ways that it just made the game a lot of fun. I mean, I got like over 700 or 800 hours logged into that thing. That's how many times I've replayed it just to see different dialogue options or have fun a certain way with it. But
and they screwed it up with Fallout 4, because then you could be mean and nasty to people in dialogue, and they just got kind of pissy with you and did the exact same thing they would have done if you were nice.
Yeah. Fallout 4 kind of like started to eliminate some of that, and then we had an Ironcaster show up. Are you all wet and naked, sir?
Yes.
And Daniel leaves right as you say that, which is perfect timing.
yes, he did.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello,
hey,
guys.
Ironcaster.
I mean, yeah, there's a reason why good games do well, and there's a reason why bad games don't sell. And it's, I mean, yes, the character design and the appeal is part of it. But, I mean, I've seen games with, really ugly character design. We're talking like pixel graphics or something like that. I'm kind of like, this is going to be controversial, I know. But I grew up in the era of pixel graphics, pretty much like from Pong all the way through all the iterations of the 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit, 64-bit, to finally, the PS1 and its, 3D blocky sprite, well, not sprites, but blocky 3D object animations and all that other stuff. So I have seen graphics develop over time, and I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, I love pixel graphics. I don't. I mean, I didn't play Castlevania because it had great graphics. I played Castlevania because it was a fun game. If I could have had better graphics back then, I would have certainly taken them.
The thing is though, you got to realize, like, you have a whole generation of kids who've grown up and have learned to take all that stuff for granted. They've been pushed with with marketing and propaganda that the only things that are going to matter are going to be graphics and Garbro.
It's me.
It's
God,
you,
bro.
God, bro.
How y'all doing?
How you doing, Garbro? I think it's the
Doing
first time I've actually gotten to meeting you since, even though we follow each other for a while on X. So nice to meet you.
It's good to meet you too. It could have been on a better time, but it is what it is.
I'm sorry, bro. I am.
Hi.
I'm not gonna get into your situation because that's your business.
But like, I would do some camera shots, but I got all my shit piled behind me and a bunch of cows and stuff. So that's like the best backdrop for,
I have this image of just like crates and crates of like, firearms just stacked up behind you, and that you're, laying on top of it like it's with a sleeping bag.
I mean, you're not wrong, but
Firearms,
like,
minis, and cows.
You're not super wrong. Like when I left my house, so basically, I'm getting divorced. When I left my house, I grabbed my guns, my miniatures, my stuffed cows, and my clothes, and just fucking lit out of there.
Wow.
The essentials: my dice, my gaming minis, becoming my workstation. I was like, I want to go. I'll see you later.
I've had enough. Interestingly enough, if we are going to talk about graphics, my friend, one of my Canadian friends who doesn't really watch my channel, doesn't really keep up with, the current trends in video games because his system is ancient and it won't run all of them, sent me this, and I was genuinely shocked because I was kind of like, that's pretty good, dude. How did you, what made you come up with this?
It's not true.
And copyright.
Copyright.
Impossible.
Yep. We probably got copyrighted for that one. But
you see that big green one? Yeah, that's mine right there. I called it the big green one.
Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah.
I'm serious though. It was so strange to get that out of the blue from him, and I'm just kind of like, I didn't even know you played any of this. And he's like, I don't. He says, but I could, he says, I could see the direction it's all gone in, and I'm kind of glad I don't. I mean, this is a guy who basically told me it's like, the best games are the ones that were made, 20 years ago or so, that, back when we had designers who actually cared about stuff. Or in the quiet words of, you're a newbie, so sue me.
And I'm assuming there's a clip there.
I mean, yeah. So, like, I just think about like the last show or movie you actually liked. How many? I count on one hand how many movies or shows you actually enjoyed watching. You won't get too far on your fingers looking at these things. And what's really funny is that my dad, whose house I'm squatting at, he works in movies. He's an armorer for movies. He does the props and guns and machine guns and all that. And he fucking hates like all these movies. They like they're doing like what, Heat 2? Like you can't come up with another kind of like robber movie. You can't create your own. Like he was lamenting how like he loves Ready Player One. He goes, where the hell are all like the gamer movies like this? I'm like, well, they're all anime. He's like, oh, fucking cartoons.
Yeah. Well, like, let's say, consider in mind they did make a robbing TV show, but they made it with all black people.
Yeah, the Robin Hood show, which is by Ryan Coogler, who is the same guy who did Ironheart. Yay!
So damn racist. They're like, man, all of the people in this story steal shit, so make them black.
I mean, what's the message
they live
sending?
in the hood.
I mean,
yeah, Robin in the Hood. I can't believe like y'all thought that one through.
Smoke detector beeps.
It's like
every time.
It's like that one line from Carmen except put a black man in it, make him gay.
I mean, I don't remember Riri Williams being that bad in the comic books, but maybe I'm looking back on it with kind of rose-colored glasses. I do remember the whole, say a racist thing. What?
I gotta stop you there. Don't you start thinking Riri Williams is a good character. She's been around for almost 10 years. And literally, her whole character arc was, I want to be oppressed so I can overcome it.
Yeah, that was her original arc, I remember. But
once I started hearing that nonsense, I had to stop it right there. No, I will not tolerate this. Not for comic books. We do not accept that in this house.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's also funny. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The thing is, it's like, it's like I've said it before. It's like, Ryan Coogler is a guy who came out and publicly apologized for how black people are portrayed in the media as criminals, thieves, and all this other stuff. And then he goes and profits by, doing the Robin Hood show and then doing this. And I mean, and I'm not saying necessarily Ironheart's going to be a big hit, and I don't think Robin Hood was a big hit, but, he got paid for doing both of those.
Did you not know that all the Swedes were actually black?
Oh no!
Y'all seen that, right? How they show like the proto-Swede. It's like some African dude with bright blue eyes. I'm like,
Sounds like the same people that said like the Vikings were apparently black too.
True.
Kind of what they just said is kind of exactly the same.
We had a great black, strong female thrall one time. The name belonged to another white guy, but we don't worry about that.
Oh, I always like the videos where they're in Japan and they're trying to compare black culture with Japanese culture, and I'm just kind of like, no.
Come on, guys. Let's be careful. We are bordering on drifting into Kang territory, and we got to stay away from the Kangs.
Here translate to "We was Vikings."
What's really funny is that people make those AI things, and people believe the AI things. Like, we were the first samurais, like an AI picture of like black samurais. Like,
yeah,
that's what.
What's that all about? I noticed they don't try to do that with Mexicans, though. It's like they don't try to, go into Mexico and say, we invented these tortillas and all that because we have the same kind of bread over.
They have.
Watsy did that.
They
that's true.
So, well, the thing is, there are Where are they? Not Haitians. It's one of the Caribbean islands. They claim that they created tortillas before the South Americans did because, and I do quote, they got there first.
T-shirt, you stole their culture. You owe them a
Oh my God! My entire race is a lie.
Your entire race is based on a flower shell.
Wait,
a flower shell.
No Mexican uses flour tortillas.
Use corn like a real man.
Wait, T-shirt.
We do use flour tortillas though. I mean, because corn tortillas suck for quesadillas.
Are you Hispanic, T-shirt?
I mean, look,
Yes.
man. My wife is a first
How did
generation
I not
American.
know this?
Her dad was born in, I think, Guadalajara, if I'm not mistaken, and raised mainly in Mexico City. And I mean, if I brought a flour tortilla to the dinner table, they would. I mean, I'd be called gringo for the rest of the week.
Jeffrey, is that a flour tortilla?
Look how brown my hand is. See? Yeah.
Regular old albino.
It's like, I'm sorry, the color does not match the voice. I'm just gonna say it right now.
Oh, now that's racist. What
Hold on, Hunter.
See, he's coming off.
Tell us what a Mexican sounds like.
Yeah.
Hunter,
please. Yeah, Hunter. Tell
us what a Mexican's supposed to sound like, Hunter.
You don't have the accent because that's usually what I was expecting. I was expecting the accent. So it's like the fact that-
vato. So what you're saying is I'm too white to be a Mexicano, eh? Is that what you're trying to say to me?
Man.
You're not white. You're sunburnt.
Shit, bro. You keep talking out like that, I'm gonna take your white ass out. Tell you what,
man. So you mentioned movies. I was looking at the upcoming picks, and like there's like the Mario Brothers movie coming out, another Shrek, another Tron, another Wicked, Fast X Part 2, Megan 2, Fantastic Four, Superman, Mission Impossible.
Hold that thought, guard, bro. We have a song request.
Hunter ruins everything from A to fucking Z. He's crude, he's rude, and cannot grasp behaving in society. He is the faux pas king. Oh yeah, watch out, cause here it comes. Hunter ruins everything. Oh yeah, Hunter ruins everything.
That was lovingly written by Grim Chip. You know, next you're going to tell me that Ironcaster isn't, Indian.
I believe he actually did mention that one time on a stream, and I think I even questioned that too. I think at that time, if I recall.
Everything. Garbro, he's got a question if you're a redneck.
I'm actually pulling a reverse Tropic Thunder. I'm a black man in white face, like white chicks. You can't stop me.
Uh-oh.
I've seen his picture. I've seen his selfies on X. He would put the other rednecks in my area to shame.
I love how so I got a DM saying that. So someone thought I was a narrator for a little Twinkie furry guy making the Drop Pod Green series. I was like, no, it's me. Like, really? Like, yeah. You still seem like to type. What the fuck does that mean?
Everybody always says stuff like that. It's like, I didn't expect that. I'm like, what were you expecting?
I don't know. I don't know, dude.
Here. Let's palate cleanse for a moment with our good friend Kyle again.
Paella? Who's that?
Wonder I can speak at all. What you call women all have balls. This won't sell. Ugly as hell. Dripping news and mucus.
Women all got balls.
Yes.
And I'm dying to get off Mr. Bones. Wild ride's getting old. Body type B, monstrosity, so non-binary.
Yeah,
so non-binary.
Yes.
Imagine how horrified the female body makes when people are like, oh, she has curves, not in my fiction.
Now, I'm just going to point out curves, all right. I'm just going to point out really quick. Even though he's using this as a, transforming women into men thing, I definitely like buff women like that. I would hit that.
No, it would hit you first. Like,
it would probably hit me first, yes. So I would have to be really, really nice.
Turn. That's gonna be you.
I mean, It's like I can't fault T-shirt. There's something about women that could kill me.
I mean, it's
That's why
Trying to make the girls more masculine. Change every single white to African.
Bro.
I love Kyle.
Yeah.
Turn everyone
Draconian blocks and bans and worse it's woke is a cancer I'm not giving in cause you're Bella
Ugh.
God.
Yeah, Bella Ramsey.
Ramsey dog and Mary Jane insomnia
I'm convinced that is a
killing
mask.
these virtue signals activism's pandering offended Hindus damage control tiny hats agendas twisting.
Yeah, that Directive 80-20 game, I'm like, well, it's like every single person in that game is black, and I'm just kind of like, there's like 2 or 3 white people. I'm just kind of like, who is this game made for?
Can we
Okay,
also just admit that there was absolutely nothing wrong with a poo until people started making the problem for absolutely no reason?
I mean, everybody got to be offended about something, I guess. That's the way it is. I mean, we'll go around the panel and talk about our offended behavior here in a minute. But
Look, media has taught me two things. Black people's superpowers are either involve stealing or electricity.
ooh, I mean, well, there was that one guy in Marvel that was basically Superman. Although technically, I guess you could call that stealing, since he's stealing from Superman.
Are you talking about Sentinel?
No, he's talking about Steel.
No, I'm not talking about Steel.
Well,
It's like Blue something or other.
Blue Marvel. But
Blue Marvel.
By the way, electricity.
Is it?
I went immediately to the fact that they cast Shaq as Steel however many years ago.
I mean, you think about it for a minute. You got characters like Static Shock. You've got Cyborg, who's a robot electricity.
Okay, wait. Some shots fired. Okay, Esoteric Order of Nerdy says, you think Bella Ramsey as Ellie in TLOU season 2 was way better than Ellie in a second? Are you
Actually, I thought it was really good.
Girl, what the fuck are you taking? Seriously. You think Bella Ramsey as Ellie was better than Ellie in the second game? Really?
I mean, have you not watched the show? It's
I did watch the show. I actually sat through and watched every single episode just so I could talk about it each week and tell you how much I hated it.
I'm so
As
grossed
little
out
of it as I've seen, that statement almost made me swallow my cigar.
The worst part is that she didn't wash her hands first. She just dirty knuckled up in there. Like you can't like, wash your hands.
I mean, you've been crawling through like ancient pipes and subways and getting into all kinds of grit and grime and fighting with mushroom zombies that can infect you with spores.
She get in there to clean the gunk out? No, she just fucking raw dogged her knuckles up inside there.
I mean,
who knows what?
Kind of like, you want to talk about, I mean, maybe that was the joke because earlier in that episode they found a thing of monostat, which is for yeast infections, and I'm kind of like, bet you wish you kept that fucker now.
Yeah, it's got to the point because we talk about Bella Ramsey so much now that every time I come across a meme about her, I immediately send it to T-shirt.
Do it, because I mean, I'm never going to stop disliking that show because of A, bad casting, and B, just a horrible, horrible second season.
The comparison,
Pedro Pascal.
Well, just a comparison of the game character to the video character. Like, you couldn't find someone who looked a little less Down syndrome-ish to fit the fucking character. Like,
I mean, like I do not support fetal alcohol syndrome.
I'm gonna be a dad.
Only in that she is not an emotionless robot.
I got my little big girlfriend. I'm gonna be a dad. Yay! It's like,
I'm actually okay with it. I'm actually okay with it because I get sick to damn death of, the thing that Not Another Teen Movie made fun of, where it's like, oh, there's the ugly chick, man. She can't get a guy. She's so terrible. It's like, oh, take her glasses off and put her hair down. Holy shit, she's a 10.
Bro, how does she look more dumb than Forrest Gump? I got my lesbian wife pregnant, Jen A. I put the sperm on baby. Sloth.
Well, you can have a moped movie.
Mushroom zombie.
You could put Sloth in that show, and it would be 100 times better.
Oh, okay. Esoteric Order of Nerdity. You weren't trolling though. Okay, I get it. You were serious. Also, Bella Ramsey is autistic. What bearing does that have on anything? Because I'm going to point out two things. One, they didn't figure out she was autistic until she was partway through the show, and then somebody on the set actually recognized her as being autistic.
Didn't she gender
But two,
Are they going to try to start telling me now once again that they're trying to that I need autistic representation as an autistic person myself? Because Watsy did that, and I was pissed.
I mean, yeah, it's like I have a form of autism myself. I think everybody's on the spectrum at some level.
We're all eating microplastics and fucking microwave hot dogs. We're all autistic, all right? And no one's
I hate to say this. Little plastic soldiers and making sure that their armor is the proper colors. Of course,
I used to handle lead miniatures made out of real lead. Okay.
I was tested and diagnosed when I was 4. That's how I know.
It's literally the scene in Aladdin. He's autistic. We're all autistic, you idiot. Oh yeah, swing. Like no one gives a shit. Give me a break.
Exactly, and like this is no offense to anybody with any version of any kind of tisms or istics or anything of that nature, but let's just keep in mind here some of the bullshit. First off, 99% of it's self-diagnosed these days, which is bad for anybody who really needs to, get some assistance.
True.
But the other side, it ain't no different than damn ADHD. You show me a tism you want somebody to have, I'll show you a doctor who will, drive by prescription that shit. It's like, here's your diagnosis, man. Like the drive-through pharmacy. Here's your autism diagnosis and your horse pills.
Kinda, yeah. Okay,
this is psychoactive drugs. Here you go. Dope that population.
Gotcha, man. All right, so this is all I want is the 90s Grant Morrison version of inclusivity where it's natural, not forced. I agree. I absolutely agree. I mean, like one of my favorite comic books growing up was The Sandman. And it had a transgender character. It had characters who were all spectrums of this, that, and the other. But they were believable characters. They were enjoyable characters. And it was a neat, interesting book because of it. But then everybody else out there started seeing how well Sandman was selling, and then they missed the point, which was write a good story. And instead just thought, oh, well, it's good because it has this kind of person in it or that kind of person. And then pretty soon they started popping up all over the place. And I'm just kind of like,
Hollywood,
that doesn't make it interesting. That's just
the problem is that Hollywood is so creatively bankrupt. They're filling in the slots with either callbacks like Happy Gilmore 3, more Gilmore, more happy, or they plug in these smoke and mirrors of, well, it's full of gay people. That's great, but your story still fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like have y'all seen The Gorge yet?
No,
I haven't.
No.
Really?
I could. I mean, I have it on my streaming services, but I just haven't bothered to because I heard it was not that good.
I mean, it was still entertaining, and like they told a story. Like none of the monsters were evil. All right, they were infected. There was no was no misunderstood like orc mom or zombie mom like save my child. It was they're bad. We can't let them get out. Oh, these two are going to stop them. Oh, there's no agenda. Like
100-pound soaking wet woman is going to stop monsters from getting out of a gorge.
Well, with a gun, she sure as fuck is. But it's not like she's not like roundhouse kicking monsters. Yeah. Actually, the female character in that movie gets fucked up a lot because because she's a woman, she gets like there's a scene with like a zombie cavalryman, and they just grab her and drag her. She's rocks and shit. Like it's still believable. Like they still go too big on. Think the total girl boss. I think you're gonna beat all these guys to death. Like I am scared to death they're gonna fuck up Zootopia 2, or like they're gonna try and make like, oh yeah, there's gonna be a trans inclusive animal or some shit, or there's gonna be like a transgender fish or some fucking damn thing.
Yeah, I got two things to say on that, and one of them is only 3 words. I'll give you the 3 words first. Learn to swim. All right. If you don't get the reference, look it up. Learn to swim. That's what I got to say about Hollyweird, LA, the entirety of California. I was going to say Southern, but just California. I mean, learn to swim. But anyway, a couple of years back, I beta read a book for a guy. Cool dude. He's a YouTuber, anime YouTuber. And I beta read his book. And I got back to him. I was like, hey, dude, it's pretty decent, but there's a little bit of an issue here. Obviously, you and I do not politically agree with your battleship SS Bernie Sanders flying around. And I'm not kidding. He mentioned the USS or the ESS Earth spaceship Bernie Sanders in lunar orbit in like the first chapter. But I was like, dude, there's not a single straight character in your entire novel. And I'm like, I'm okay. Like, you have your representation, but you're busting everybody. Suspension of disbelief is gone, and you're disrupting your narrative because you've got less than 10% of the population representing the entirety of your cast. You need to spruce that up and make it something that nobody sees as special. That everybody just accepts. But you don't need every single character in your entire book to have one of them alphabet letters.
True.
And of course, he went in and he's like, "Oh, I got my book read. I got some great feedback." And of course, he didn't say this to me. He gets on YouTube and says it. Got some great feedback. I mean, it's too bad that the whole thing was focused on you got too many damn gay characters. Take all the gay out. I reached back out like, dude, piss on you. You learned to swim too. I took time to do something nice for you for free and gave you meaningful feedback that was not shitty. And you just decided to blast me and say I'm some kind of istphobe because I said 90% of the population ain't gay.
That's due to an inflation, a demographic inflation, where these very squeaky wheels made it appear as if half the United States are a bunch of butt bun fucking rug munchers. That's not how it is. Like, and the thing is, most straight folk don't act shit like, "Oh, you're lesbian? Who fucking gives a fuck? I'm trying to pay bills here." Like, it's been a demographic inflation to the highest degree, where people like, "Well, how many are gay?" It's like, hold on, I think I actually have actual raw data. How many Americans are gay 2025? Oh. It's 9.3%. Roughly 9.3% of the population is part of this fucking flag. Mind you, 5.2% are bisexual. Only 2% are either gay, lesbian, or transgender. That's fucking nobody. So you're trying to cater to this. You're trying to make money off 9% of the U.S. population. That's why all these movie companies are going bankrupt. Why all these video game companies are going bankrupt. Well, it's why people like, well, you got to cater to the mass appeal of your consumer base. Sure, throw some sprinkles in for the gays, like I do that shit. But like you can't appeal to those who are not going to pay your bills. Like, ask yourself, how many video game companies have shuttered their doors in the last 5 years?
I was actually going to talk about that.
Really?
We do have some data on that, but let's finish this up a little real quick, shall we?
Narratives and censoring, culture scream so loud, we won't let you burn it down. But the troons offended by women, forcing ugly flattening.
Later canceling.
You're a Nazi, say skirt wearing mean. And now, since you other dismissed by color, sweet summer child, it's your turn today. Cause that's what you said yesterday. We tried to tell you no one's gay. It's time to find a new way for division. Woke LGBT, a filtered ideology.
I mean, seriously.
Can't shadow ban reality.
The firefighter.
So signals. Activism's pandering, offended Hindus. Damage control, tiny hats, agenda
pattern here.
Twisting,
yes, a little bit.
Narratives and censoring, culture scream so loud, we won't let you burn it down.
And that's from our friend Kyle, who has a much bigger channel than mine, but that's okay. Go check out his channel anyway, because he is a great YouTube content creator, and we love him.
Hey, and he's funny.
And he's extremely funny.
Just remember, kids, when they say LGBTQ+, the plus stands for WL, white liberal.
Does it?
It's like, well, oh, shit, I'm white and I'm straight. I can't be straight. Otherwise, I can't be a victim class. They'll kick me out of the white liberal club. Sorry,
you say that, but the old gays are turning on this stuff. There's a separation of the LGB and not the Q+.
Mhm.
The normal, dare I say, the normal gays are like, you know what, you guys are fucking this up for us. Like, it's kind of like feminism. Like the gays had to fight through all this bullshit through the 80s and 90s, and they finally got being treated as normal. Like, no one give a fuck about you. You're just a person who has nice drapes and like snazzy dresses. But now they're being tarred and feathered with all these freaks running around, wearing dog collars and underwear in public and all this other bullshit. Like, could you guys fucking stop?
Well, not even just that. The T's are split too, because you get people like, say, Buck Angel, who shows up and is like, I spent my entire life trying to be a man. I know I never will be, but nobody else is ever going to know. I'm in a suit. I have a bald head and a beard, and I don't mention ever being anything else. These other T's are just saying, make sure you give me attention.
Well, let me just close this particular thread out by reminding you of one thing. Okay, I am the B in the LGBTQ. I had a girlfriend. She is trans. I was with her before and after the surgery. It's not about genitals. It's about if you care about somebody or not. And also, I'll just, go even further to mention the fact that at no point in our relationship ever with anybody did she ever come out and tell anybody, I'm trans. It was always, if she was asked, she was a girl. She acted like a girl.
Hi,
she was
I'm
a girl.
Casey.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, she didn't try to play herself off as, special or anything else. She just wants to be who she wants to be. And that's fine.
She didn't film herself in any bathrooms?
No. She didn't try to stir up controversy. Matter of fact, she
take pictures in the bathrooms.
No, she voted Trump, actually, from what I remember. But,
a conservative. A conservative.
Yeah.
Yes, the unicorn. The conservative transsexuals. Yeah.
Exactly. So you don't want attention. You just want to be human, and that's what I think I think that's what most people are, as far as this goes, and that's probably how it should stay. The whole fact of making this your entire identity and having no personality beyond it other than screaming and pointing fingers at everybody who offends you or bothers you in some way because they're somehow, against what you think they are or whatever. That's bullshit, man. That's not a real personality. That is just screaming for attention because, I don't know, parents weren't paying enough attention to you growing up, or the little, or the people on the other side of your little black box were, not validating you enough. But anyway,
if you got no,
we're closing this out. We're closing this out. That's enough. Sorry, I got to put my foot down, guys. But I'm gonna have to demonetize this stream anyway. But anyway, but moving on into what Guardbro was saying earlier about studios closing down. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Build a Robot Boy, which is the studio that made the what game is it that just came out that nobody's playing? I mean, I know there's hundreds of those, but
all of them.
I mean, no, but they have a game that just came out. Oh yeah, it's that Mind's Eye, the one that's like totally ridden with all kinds of bugs and apparently doesn't have very much of a story, or it's just bad.
Did they refund everyone's money who bought the game due to just how unplayable it was?
Was it that unplayable?
I don't think so. I mean, Cyberpunk didn't even do that. But yeah, they're because the game has failed to hit the way they wanted it to. They're already laying people off. And we also got word that British developers, the Chinese Room, the guys who are supposedly making my fucking Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 game that I bought 6 years ago and I'm still waiting on.
How optimistic
Apparently,
of you to think that that's coming out?
Well, they say they're still going to make their October release date, but they are cutting people off of their staff now too, because I guess either they're running into cost overruns or they know it's going to suck when it comes out. But these are things that are happening. We did get word, a couple. Well, we've got so much stuff that's backlogged right now. We know that I know Hunter's been wanting to chomp on this one. The Tomb Raider game that was released by Evil Hat Productions got canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Thank the Lord above that it did, because we all know that as soon as I saw the picture drop, it was bad enough that they weren't the animated movie, the series that they did, they ruined her look in that, made her all masculine, and then I saw, and again, because I got my finger in the hobby, and I do admit I own some of Evil Hat's games because some of them are good without the woke content in it. But this one, they went full on, lost their minds with this one because I don't know if you have the cover on hand that we can just show off your T-shirt, but if you look at the cover,
I got the whole thing, Hunter. Don't steal it all for yourself, my boy.
I'm not trying to, but
yeah. So yeah, apparently, the Tomb Raider tabletop RPG has been canceled due to creative differences with Crystal Dynamics between high quality character designs, sensitivity consultants, and prolific writers. It's just so difficult to imagine what could have possibly gone wrong here.
I mean,
but
the war between creativity and the sensitivity consultants has been ongoing since sensitivity consultants came into existence.
Which, sensitivity consultants is a grift. But.
Let's start with the fact that it's called Tomb Raider, when the RPG itself was supposed to have been about stopping people from raiding tombs and returning artifacts back to the cultures from which they came.
Uh-huh.
And look at that museum. Look at all the DEI hires.
I am honestly shocked they didn't give someone fucking vitiligo. It's literally one of the four horsemen of a bad game. Someone's got either a single or double amputee. Someone's got vitiligo. Someone's fucking intersex. It's literally the four horsemen of this is gonna be a shit fucking game.
Well, I mean, okay, it's you have a double amputee and she's still overweight, and I'm just kind of
T-shirt, don't laugh. Don't laugh. Those legs are supposed to be straight.
Well, I mean, it's I'm sorry,
no,
but
they're not. Nothing in that game is straight.
The first thing I think of is kind of okay, they probably had to amputate one leg for diabetes, and apparently they didn't stop there because it was that bad. So I'm shouldn't that have encouraged you to lose weight? Yeah.
The only reason they gave her prosthetics is they couldn't get the wheelchair graphics to work properly.
I guess so. Either that, or even they couldn't justify rolling a wheelchair through a Mayan tomb or something.
There's some fucking wheelchair parkour specialist that's doing inner dungeon kick flips in their wheelchair.
I don't know.
It's the collision detection. That's what it is. It's the collision detection.
Yeah.
They put in the wheelchair character into the game. Well, actually, this is a TTRPG, but if it were Tomb Raider on a video game, they'd put it in there, and it's just the collision. We can't seem to get these wheels to go past this log in the road.
Oh, don't worry.
There's something wrong with our collision detection.
And don't be worried. They'll be sure to cite the infamous TTRPG invincible wheelchair.
Uh-huh.
But these are all symptoms of a lack of creativity. It all is. I have people who fall in love with my side characters because of the writing. I don't know where the money is going or where they find these goobers, but where are they finding these writers? Who is creating these absolutely god-awful ideas? I had to go from ground zero. I think T-shirt knows this. I had a really popular series that got stolen from me by another YouTuber. I was pulling 100,000 views, a video on these damn things. I think I saw 300,000, but starting from scratch, even now I'm gaining viewers going, I watch this series or listen to it for the side characters and the side banter and the lore building. You have, and that's just me. You have an entire team of people that can help you write and navigate things or help you streamline your writing, and they still can't fucking do it. And for the life of me, I don't know if you guys know the down low on this, but what the hell is all the money going towards? I don't understand it. You have teams of people writing out these movies, these TV series, these video games, these RPG games. Why does all the writing suck? What's the deal?
So there is another part to this whole Tomb Raider getting canceled story that is not getting as much limelight, and I only know this because I have this game, and it's because I follow people who've been putting the spotlight on it. One of the senior tech designers of Crystal Dynamics, the name escapes me right now, but he actually put out, and I've shared this, his own Tomb Raider TTRPG, Tomb Raider Mark of the Phoenix.
His own
and
one.
Oh yeah.
And it is faithful to the game, faithful to Lara Croft, and it's actually not that bad. I've read it through it. Apparently, the guy went to Evil Hat because when Evil Hat first talked about wanting to make a Tomb Raider game, and he offered to let them publish his game that he made. And they said, no, we're going to make our own. And that's how we got the slop we were looking at just now.
Great.
Do you know why? I'll tell you. It's because that person, like Mildred the Monk, like all the other, good creators out there who actually love what it is they're working on, whether it's an IP they created or whether it's an IP someone else created, they love the subject matter. They love the characters. They love the lore. They love the story. They love the settings. They genuinely love these things, and all they want to do is translate that love into a different medium so other people can enjoy it and grow to love it too. They don't want to fill it with all of their personal identity politics or their own, mental baggage and shit for other people to have to deal with.
The sad reality of it is that so much of this is brought about by people who have one of two things in their mind. First, yes, there's the money there. But I mean, you have people who like the idea of being into the hobby, being into the interest, which is not the same as actually liking it itself.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other hand, you have the people who are in it for the social media good boy points.
Mm-hmm. The virtue signaling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for the updudes.
Yeah,
Dudes. Yeah.
But I mean, even the virtue signaling people are recognizing it for what it is these days. It's no longer
shit. It's hollow. It's useless. There's no calorie to it. There's no substance.
Exactly. Yeah. People are starting to recognize it for what it is, and they're kind of going, okay, well, that's just virtue signaling. What do you really got?
What are you really giving me?
Yeah.
And what's really funny is Evil Hat, even though they basically moved over to the Blue Sky, they still kept their X up, but barely posted on anything. They protected their X profile now, so you can't see any of their past posts now. Oh, even though again they completely moved over to the Blue Sky and only post every now and then and say, "Hey, we made a post on Blue Sky. Go over there because we don't like this platform."
I mean, that's fine. If you want to set up an echo chamber and everybody goes and hangs out in it and all they do is they sit there and rage with each other, then that's fine. Yep. I mean, I'm all for it.
Jerk.
I mean, all these people were talking about, oh, we're going to go to Blue Sky because, we don't like Twitter and we don't like the owner and we don't like this.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, okay, have fun, I guess. I mean, sorry, you couldn't hang with the discussion here, but
my views really dropped off and I couldn't afford to stay on Blue Sky, so I came back. Like,
that's what happens. Yeah, no kidding, Engine Joe. Speaking of which, Guard Bro, how's your game coming along?
So, with my game, I wasn't satisfied with the first edition. So I said, hey guys, I told my Kickstarters, you know what? I'm gonna do my second edition here, and that way you go and get what you need. I'm getting more art done. I fleshed out all the races, all the jobs. It's a lot. I put in negative modifiers for some races and some jobs. I made it to where on each job, every level you get a thing. Either it's a perk or an increase in your attributes or skill or a unique skill or more AP regen. More or less, I was looking at it, and you know what? I don't think this is going to satisfy what people paid for it. And I took, I kind of took the heat on it. I'm like, hey, you guys won't be, if I give you this, I'm not satisfied. You guys won't be satisfied. Take another year. I'm going to do my second edition Iron 2, and then you'll get your free books. Because I wanted art for every job. I want every job to have art. I want every race to have better art. I want to have art throughout the fucking entire book. I want to have art through the CC manual. Have you seen some of the new art at all, or no?
No, I haven't. But Guard, I was thinking, you need to hire me and Ironcaster as your sensitivity consultants.
Is that right?
Because you are a white man, and so you will have the services of a bona fide, true Latino Hispanic man.
Yep. So I got me a Mexican, I got me an Indian, and they're gonna go for
and
my heart.
a literal card carrying Indian, and we can proofread all your stuff and make sure it doesn't offend anybody.
Just so we're clear, you have to hire,
just hire me.
Just so we're clear, you have to hire me,
I'm sensitive
or I
as
will go
fuck.
down the Trail of Tears.
It's like I have Middle Eastern ancestry, so I
it's
can
the
technically
Trail
be
of
your
Tears.
Sandman.
But like,
Disco. Oh my God! Hey, it's good to see you, bro. All right, let me see. Let me get him a good one. I just did this one, and this one's kind of topical. I tell you what, Disco, a $5. I'm gonna give you a twofer. Okay, I'm gonna give you two. Here's the first one.
I'm gonna be a dad.
The fuck's it got to do with me? I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna be a dad. Also, I'm just saying, if that other chick was a lesbian, she would not aim that low for her. All right, she's got way better taste.
I mean, like it's the post-apocalypse, so but still,
she's the only woman available. Give me a break.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the other one.
Come on, you motherfucker! Oh shit! God damn it! Same shit, different day.
Guy has an excellent TikTok account, by the way.
He does.
I hope that man is living his best life, because I know every time I see his stuff, no matter how zany or crazy he is, I just smile every time I see him pop up.
Absolutely, dude.
I honestly picture that as actual footage of Daniel while he's working on cars.
Why do you think I voice over?
Now, where's my number 10 socket? God damn it! It rolls away.
Always the number 10. Always the number 10.
No root beer.
10mm sockets are like, those things are gold, man. And I kid you not, I went to a thing called Trade Days here, a little like kind of pop-up tent, all kinds of cool stuff. Got a cool dice case there. But this guy was selling like sockets and wrenches and all kinds of stuff. He literally had all of the 10mm sockets set in their own little bin, and they were 4 times as expensive as any other socket. It's like, this is a man who knows what he has. I broke down an 81 Camaro one time, and I shit you not, I pulled off the fender, and 8 of those bitches fell out.
Nice.
Oh my God!
What the hell? It's a treasure trove.
They were all 10mm too. I laughed for like a good 5 minutes straight.
You hear the phantom screams of mechanics pass as their 10 sockets roll down their chassis. No, you son of a bitch! No. And t-shirt. I sent you some of the new art I have coming out here.
You did, and did you send me some stream tips? I didn't get any.
I went ahead. Yeah, I sent you on your Streamlab, Thingamajigger.
Oh, okay.
It's like
I didn't know I still had that up.
Yeah. Is your first name John?
Uh-oh.
His first name is
God damn it, guard bro.
I didn't say the last name. You know how many fucking Johns there are on this fucking planet?
This is true.
There are Johns in India.
There are 3. They share the name.
Hello, my name is John.
Hello, my name is John. I'm your technical support today.
Plus all the toilets in the kingdom.
Yeah, so this is the kind of art I'm putting in Iron 2. This kind of stuff.
Damn.
Yeah. This is my fantastic Polish artist, Chloe.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Oh, and you had to outsource from outside the country. I see how you are, un-American.
I had to find me a white artist in Europe.
That wasn't hard. Oh, wait a minute. It depends. If you were looking in the UK, you probably had a hard time.
Well, I could not
You
look for
found a
artists
good
in
Polish
particular
artist.
country. The German ones are quite temperamental.
You're not a res Indian, by the way. You worked in a museum. It's a challenge. I get it. Nobody was saying anything Indian Joe, but Ironcaster, I will be offended for Ironcaster. You owe me reparations. Oh,
Indian
you owe
Joe-
him reparations.
Indian Joe's
We'll
like,
just take
"Hey,
a percentage.
What the hell, man? I'm sitting right here. Bunch of fucking crackers calling me fucking ass.
I seriously, I think it's a scam. It's a case of where somebody says something and then somebody, white or whatever, says, "Oh, I'm offended for that person. Here, quick, let's sue them and just give me a cut of the proceeds."
Look, history has shown me that there's only 2 times in which Indians matter, and that is Columbus Day and Thanksgiving.
True.
Spider people.
Well, I mean,
It's Leak Dart from the new Parasite Eve.
I have a friend who would really love that artwork because she's a big
do
like
too.
spider. She's a big like spider person enjoyer.
So people
I'm
go,
going to send this to a friend of mine.
Yeah, so people go, so your spider folk have human thighs? Yep, to the kneecaps. Why? Because I fucking said so.
So
because
so
I know
spider
my
thighs
fans-
save lives. That's the new
'cause
slogan.
I know my fans. I know what they want, and Daddy
That's right.
aims to please.
That's right. I mean, I want to get stuck in there.
They want the spider puss.
There you go.
I
I saw
came
it,
across
it-
an image about that where that
Yeah,
was
I bet
actually
you
happening.
did.
It was
Yeah,
it was kind of disturbing.
I bet you ran into it real hard.
Oh,
It's called Wicked City. That's what it's called.
So these are Southern elves. I made them the most racist elves I could think of. And look how they dress.
all elves technically racist.
No, actually,
I ain't too sure I like your tone, boy.
So my northern Finnish elves, called the Agardalings, are basically Sami, and they're like whatever. The Valley elves are basically all California, like farming elves. They have really long ears, but the Southern elves are like fucking little shits. Like, so the guy goes, so I read the lore, and I have an idea. Okay, he goes, how about this? I'm like, you beautiful man, I'll take it.
Does she in fact own a plantation?
I mean, it's called a farm, but you know.
And as everyone knows, the drow are Australian because the drow are from down under. Dark.
Ice cream. Hold on. 1 second. I got to mute. How do you mute? Oh, mute.
Yeah. It's like
So do your Southern elves keep?
He's AFK.
This is the perfect time to ask him questions.
Yeah, this is the worst time to ask him questions. But anyway, let's see what else. What else do we have? We did the Tomb Raider. Okay, I have not seen it yet. I'm not sure I'm very excited to, because from all the indications, it sounds like it's a good film, or that it's like it's a film with a lot of good ideas, but it's just not very well implemented, and that's 28 weeks later or 28 years later.
I have seen some interesting memes about that movie. It involves a big swinging dick.
Yeah,
I've mostly heard
that's one of the things I've heard about.
Yeah,
28 inches
it was,
later.
it was bad and it was weird. Is all I've heard about it from
28 inch Peter.
28
So-
Peter.
So I haven't heard about the dick, but I did hear that the ending is a bunch of references to Jimmy Savile.
That too. Which, yeah, you have the Jimmy Savile thing is kind of like, wow, that's oddly specific. But yeah, if you guys out there don't know who Jimmy Savile is, Wikipedia is your friend. And believe me, once you find out, you'll be like as equally squicked out as I was.
The Southern elves are little shits.
Is this the Ralph? No.
Rock and Rule. Oh man, what a movie!
Yeah, try getting a copy now for less than $80.
Bro, you can't. You gotta find some old grandma who doesn't know any better. Oh, my young son used to love this movie. I bet. You just give me it.
Yeah. Here you go, Grandma. I'll give you $20 for it.
Oh, I just got Yes Man flashbacks there for a second.
You can
You
you can find the entire video. on YouTube.
Dogma.
Dogma. Oh, you hear about the sequel, Dogma 2, coming out because all of Hollywood is just fucking just creatively.
Oh, that's right.
Are you ready to suffer, children? Ready to see your favorite movie get turned to dog shit by modern Hollywood?
I mean, everything else has been, right?
So the question though is,
it won't be modern Hollywood bastardizing it. It's gonna be Kevin Smith ruining his own magnum opus.
True.
Him, dude.
the only problem is the two actors that would make the movie worth watching are both dead, and that's George Carlin and Alan Rickman.
True.
Well, see, what happened was Kevin Smith had the heart attack and lost all the weight, and then he got replaced like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the deal is, man. It's like the dude had a literal change of heart along with his heart attack. So I don't know. I mean, maybe that's what happens. Yeah,
it's the same as Drew Carey. Like, he got skinny.
I like
Drew Carey.
You're fat.
Yeah, have you not seen Drew Carey?
Not lately, but I mean, at the same time, I'm kind of like, what's happened to him that's so bad?
He got super skinny. He doesn't look right, but he hosts The Price is Right.
He doesn't look right.
Well, he's got a steady job. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. The dude's working.
You got skinny and healthy. I don't like it. Change it. Go back to being fat and useless.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that probably shouldn't come back, have y'all seen the stuff about Duke Nukem?
Man.
Yes. I was hoping.
Are you trying to hurt me or something?
I was hoping that was a lie. I really was.
Are you trying to hurt me? You trying to injure me emotionally?
No, someone bought the rights to make a new. I guess it was a new video game, new show.
A new show. We posted it up in our channel.
Make me cry.
Oh, actually, I want to know what T-shirt thinks of the new Naked Gun.
Oh, we talked about it Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Are you optimistic?
Yes, I actually am. I laughed my ass off at the trailer. Now,
We were all laughing.
whether or not the show can sustain that level of comedy is a real question. But
Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I was the most negative about it.
Yeah, he is. Because Ironcaster's negative.
Well, no, it just fundamentally based the idea that like the comedy wasn't the same. It wasn't the same style of comedy as what had been before. They had to include, the fat idiot and sidekick to be the guy who gets to react to everything that happens when, the original show, you didn't need something like that. You didn't need a character there to be the audience stand-in.
Okay. But still,
it's drag on.
I mean,
excuse me for having higher expectations.
Yes. Okay.
I mean,
okay, there, crazy guy, calm down.
I mean, it's like I get where you're coming from because you told us about it, but at the same time, I'm also kind of like, but it looks funny. I laughed.
And the thing is, it does. And dear God, Hollywood, go back to being funny. Like I do want to see it, but I have my objections to the way they're doing it.
Spaceballs 2.
Oh man, now see that one I don't have any hope for because quite simply they're not going to let Mel Brooks be Mel Brooks unless he funds that show 100% out of his own kick. That movie is gonna suck because they're gonna, he'll try to pass a joke off about something and somebody will say something. You can't do that, or we walk, and it'll be a mess. Or he'll have to have it made like in Romania or some place where you don't have to worry about the SAG-AFTRA.
Well, the one issue with Mel Brooks is the big concern is the fact that he's 99.
Yeah,
old hell. He old motherfucker. He old hell.
He didn't care. I imagine it's kind of like he can just say whatever he wants to on his film.
Well,
but
no,
whether they'll let him get away with it.
Well, no. The concern there isn't that he's going to get away with saying it. It's that he's going to live long enough to see the movie completed.
Well, that's always the question, isn't it?
But if we are talking about movies, I do have one little headline here I want to share with you guys.
Oh, go ahead. We have to have some good stuff, so I've got a few good things. Go ahead.
And it's WotC. T-shirt, if you'd be so kind. There we go. We're getting a Magic movie.
No. Well, what am I saying? I don't care. I'm not gonna go watch it. I don't care about Magic.
You love Magic.
I gave up Magic way back during the dark.
Loved Magic as a past tense, and not love.
I don't care.
Just like my marriage light went out a long time ago.
Okay, now here's some good comments out here, and like, why does it need a sequel? Spaceball, exactly. Why does it need a sequel? History of the World 2 is what?
So I scrolled down the article. I saw like more of the art that is from Magic. I'm like, what? This isn't the Magic I remember.
Oh no! You of course you put. What the?
No.
Did Greg work on this?
I kind of like the Badger.
I mean, somebody call Iries up and ask him like if he's like moonlighting over there or something, because this looks kind of like they stole this straight out of Iries.
Someone go over and call the IRE.
Yeah. But
No, I saw Joe's comment about the newer Blazing Saddles. The thing about Blazing Saddles is if you do it faithfully like the last one, it would just be more offensive with the content they would be talking about in regards to what's going on today. They would make they would make it so offensive, or at least they would have to in order for it to work.
I'm fine with that.
Disco.
The problem is all you have to do to be offensive is just say no.
True. That's all you have to do to be offensive or anything like that. People telling me, it's like, why are you yelling at me? And I'm kind of like, I'm just speaking to you in a normal voice. I'm trying to correct you. That's not yelling.
Well, wait, little bitch.
Yep. But Disco Barbarian for $2 says, Magic the Gathering headline gave me monkeypox.
I guess you didn't see that, did you?
I miss him. I miss him so much.
I do too, and it's sad that was the last show.
I know. He had cancer doing that shit.
Yeah.
I still love
he did it for his kids.
Well, I love how during that show he would sneak off and go gambling. You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Yeah. So doing that show, he would sneak off and go like to Shanghai or some shit and go gambling and drink and smoke cigars.
Well, I believe it. I mean, he knew he was on borrowed time, so why the fuck not?
Just going out on top.
The day that Bison graced your village was the greatest moment of your life. But for me,
don't ruin it when we have it.
For you, the day Bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
This is just me recommending movies to people. I'm like, hey guys, let's go watch Shark Side of the Moon.
Oh,
it's funny how many of these old school movies I've never seen, but I can quote like some of those memorable things like that just because I hear them so often.
Because of memory.
Yes, God,
like
bro.
Tears in Rain.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And
this is good. This is going to be good too. This is Blade and Bastard. And what is this? You're going to ask me, right? So,
sure, what is this?
Okay. The writer of Goblin Slayer and the artist of Overlord.
No shot.
Yeah, have been making a novel series based on wizardry, and that is getting an anime adaptation soon.
Nice.
This is it.
You had me at Overlord.
Yeah.
See, that is where we all hope to be. Where we make a product so good we can then work with other people to make another project. Like that's like basically like the layup of any kind of content creator.
Mm-hmm. I'm so excited to see this. Admittedly, Goblin Slayer season 2 really kind of didn't hit for me, but
well, that's because it's a TV show. If you want the actual creators without all the fucking hoops, you got to regard the manga.
It's funny you would mention. Let me see if I still have these on file. Oh yeah, Guard Bro will like these. Hang on a minute. So this is from the comic.
Yeah. Let's fucking go. Utterly gigantic battle axe.
Battle axe.
It's like, what's this? My massive milkies?
Oh, these.
There's more.
My
there's
Bahonkaroos.
There's more. Hang on. I got like I have several. I have several panels because I like Minotaurs.
Oh wait, there's more.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, look at that angle.
Yeah. You really see your axe with this angle.
Yes. Her axe really looks cool at this angle.
Battle axe.
Absolutely.
No, I think I
also
made
know how she carries herself.
You what?
How else are we gonna know how she carries it?
I got it
right on her shoulder, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, T-shirt. I'll be at Colossal Con this year doing a panel.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm doing a panel on World Building.
Oh, cool.
This guy knows the best. The thighs are only hairy up to a certain critical point.
That's right.
Is she a Minotaur?
Yep.
What does it say? What does it say? Hunter, what does it say on the... Can you read? It says, are you a Minotaur?
I wasn't reading before. That's why I asked, and now I'm reading and see it, so I now confirm my question.
About the pretty pictures. Oh, look at them pretty pictures. Oh, there's words on these pictures.
Hunter was too busy fapping to the image.
You only need one hand to type, T-shirt. You know that.
That's true.
Look. He's gone blind.
I mean, it kind of changes the whole context of massive mommy milkers, doesn't it?
No, it
Massive
don't.
minnow milkers.
It's right on time. That train, right on time T-shirt. Goddamn Dutch.
It's my favorite axe angle.
Yeah.
My favorite axe angle.
This manga come in 3D. Yeah, I wish.
Just a mouse pad.
But yeah, that's actually in the Goblin Slayer comic book, and I'm still waiting to see that.
They're gonna tone it down. Cowards.
I don't know. They're bringing it to. I got it pre-ordered, so when it comes out, I'll see it. But I do need to catch up on it. I do hear that the manga is better. And speaking of the manga is better, dang, Daniel can't stay connected at all today.
Dang, Daniel.
Yeah.
Quit driving through tunnels.
So
the North.
Yes,
North Star. There you go.
North Star. This is volume 17. This is awesome because Viz is almost done. There's one more book after this, and you can see it's actually a pretty thick little guy, but
Phrasing.
Awesome. And we're actually in a part of the story that I have never actually been able to read before, because most of the time the story ends with the Kaio saga, the whole island of Shura saga. So this is pretty awesome that we actually get to see all the other stuff that happens after it. And it is good. And let me tell you what, right here. This guy, I'm 99.9% certain that this guy is the basis for Wolfgang Krauser from Fatal Fury 2.
I thought it was Hulk Hogan.
No, actually, Hulk Hogan was in an earlier manga. I can't go get it right now, dude. I have to go rifling through all my damn manga to find it for you.
Oh yeah, brother.
Oh yeah.
But I'm excited. I mean, the series is almost done. I'm not done with this yet. I'm like partway through it, and the story's been good as always. And I just keep wondering, where the hell is my Fist of the North Star remake, anime that's supposed to have come out? I mean, because they announced that like a couple of years ago, and I'm still waiting.
Do you want them to remake it at this point with how everything's been turning out?
Yeah, it's Japan. Japan don't give a fuck.
Okay, well, if Japan's one doing that, then yes, that's a whole different ballgame, because we know that it's Eastern stuff is better than Western stuff now at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree, Injin Joe.
No, I'm sure it'll probably come after the Ronin Warriors remake.
Oh yeah, that's coming, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
Ended in the 90s? No. Let's see. Fist of the North Star started in 1982, and I believe it ran for 3 years, so it ended in about 85, 86. Oh my gosh. A Turok movie? I did think I heard a little something about that, but I mean, as far as I know, it's just a rumor. I can't
Isn't there
codify
some
anything.
that they're making like Ryan Reynolds as a Black Panther or some shit like that? She did the joke.
Oh,
They did.
Well, apparently what it is it's like T'Challa had a white child.
Based.
And yeah. So that's in the comic books, though.
Look, man, I love Wakanda and shit, but that white girl be fucking kind of a little strange. Had the cat scratch fever. No, I'm talking about there, Wakanda.
I mean, I just think about this part of it. It's like, okay, if Wakanda was a secret nation in Africa who, hoarded vibranium and had a shield and kept themselves hidden, but at all times had the power to, save thousands upon millions of, ethnic African people from genocides and everything else, then why didn't they?
Don't look too deep into it. You're gonna ruin the entire narrative.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, never mind. It's just a comic book. What do I care?
Yeah, I mean, it was a white guy. You got go hard on, but it's different. It's different over there. You can't do it over there. You can't do that.
Yeah, that's true. Not to mention, Wakanda was written by a couple of white guys. So
you can't say that,
but it's true.
No, they stole from a black artist. I heard.
So why'd they make the Mexican superheroes? Why'd they give the Mexican superheroes swimming powers and make his weakness drying his back?
Oh,
that fruit was hanging so low, his little apple butthole was touching the grass, brother.
Yeah.
Where's the lie?
That makes me sad. Let's see. What other topics do we have that we haven't touched? Yeah, well, we didn't really get all the way through 28 years later, but from everything I'm hearing, it's a mishmash of stuff. Apparently, Grim Jim is going to talk about it at some point, so I guess we'll get more of his take on Saturday. And Goat has seen it. Didn't give me a lot of info on it, so basically I had to go watch the Echo Chamberlain and see what he thought about it. And Echo Chamberlain's another awesome. Couple of other side things that are good. Let's see. Nexus Mods got sold off. I don't know. Maybe that's not a good thing, or maybe maybe it is.
The hell you mean it got sold off?
It got sold. Let me hang on a minute. Let me
what?
Find the article. Well, give me a minute. I don't think I actually went over this.
It's a little surprising that the to whom it was bought has not made headlines. It's just that Nexus was sold. That's been the running story.
Mm-hmm. So let me see. Here we go. Bring up the article for you. Boom. This is from Dark One himself. Yeah, it says, after almost 24 years of running Nexus Mods, the time has come for me to step back from my day-to-day management of the site. This isn't a decision I've made lightly, far from it, but they put a bunch of money in my pocket, so I couldn't say no. I started this project in 2001 in my bedroom with a 56K modem, blah, 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 blah. Since then, it's been my entire adult life, every single day for 2 decades. Yep. On call. Yep. Strain of being responsible has taken its toll. Stress. Blah, 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 blah. One of the biggest reasons I've been doing this for so long is I never felt that I truly found someone who really gets the modding community the way I do, and had such a exorbitant amount of cash to offer me to give it all up. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not actually part of the letter. I'm sorry. That's just...
That's just a friendly extrapolation right there.
I'm just reading between the lines here. Finding a new owner who would be able to understand and respect the myriad intricacies of both Nexus Mods as a business and the wider modding community was essential. So you thought China? After months of meetings, face-to-face talks, and a whole lot of soul-searching, I am thrilled to say that I truly believe I have found the exact right people for the task. Chinese? So yes, the ownership of Nexus Mods has changed hands, but I want to be clear, this isn't some corporate exit or a backroom deal. This is me doing something I probably should have done years ago, taking care of myself, reclaiming some headspace, and finally letting go of the idea that I have to do everything and be responsible for everything myself. Reading between the lines, I'm sick and tired of all this crap. You know, people are backlashing because of the way we police our mods, and they're complaining, and they've set up a competing mod site now to fight us, and the people I have under me don't understand, and yeah, I'm tired of it. But all I want to say is
China, that's where the fun is at. China, that's where the fun is.
Probably more true than this false, but I gotta head off. Actually, I gotta go do some family stuff.
You gotta go do family stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
We're over our hour anyway. But.
All right. It's good talking to you guys. I'll see y'all next time.
See you later, guy, bro.
We lost Ironcaster.
Yeah, we lost Ironcaster too.
Ironcaster will be back. Ironcaster will be back. Well, I'll see y'all later, okay?
Guard bro. You gotta be on more often, man.
Man, yeah.
You got to. you gotta be on more often. I'm gonna try to use you to lure Raltz back on too, because he likes you, and so I'm just
those story reviews, huh? See how it is.
Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah.
I'll see you guys later.
So Eclectic Goat says 28 years later, she says it's weird, and she says you're not. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard the memes already. So Anyway, I don't know where Castor is. I think he lost connection or he's having to reboot or something else. But anyway, I think we're pretty much about the end here. I mean, I do have a few other things here. Just wanted to say that Fallout 76 is actually good now. That's a surprise, I know, but I don't want to end the show on negativity. I've been playing Fallout 76 since it first started, and like everybody else who played it at the beginning, I was kind of disappointed with it, but I stuck to it for a few months. And then I got tired of it because it didn't feel very interactive. And then I would pick it up and play it every once in a while just to see how that progressed. And it slowly, gradually got better and better. And now it's actually good. And one of the main reasons is because your gun builds actually work now. Whereas before, I would build like a shotgun build and try to, survive the entire game with my shotgun and always run out of ammunition and always have to be finding materials to craft more shotgun shells. And then eventually when I ran out of shotgun shells, I would have to switch to a melee weapon and take lots of drugs in order to be able to fight the monsters effectively, which kind of sucked because then you have to switch up your perk deck again. But now apparently the monsters drop the kind of ammunition that you need when you kill them. So now I have like over 1,000 shotgun shells. So I'm doing good. I'm happy. I can actually play it now and enjoy it and then enjoy the builds that I create. So that's a good thing. Yes, it's very convenient, Disco. I don't know how every creature out there has shotgun shells, but let's be serious for a minute. Fallout has never really been a game that took itself 100% seriously. I mean, because in reality, radiation doesn't mutate people. Radiation, the kind of mutation it causes, kills you. Because, when you mutate cells in a human being, it causes cancer and it kills you. There are a lot of shotguns in America. Well, yes, there are. But the point is, it's like, I like the fact that Fallout doesn't take itself too seriously. I like the fact that the show didn't take itself too seriously. I don't necessarily agree with everything on the show, but I definitely would say that the game has gotten better, more playable, more fun. I'd honestly recommend it. Now, I haven't tried the fishing stuff, which is brand new, but that's because I don't want to pay $30 for a bunch of fishing stuff. Although I think you can get the fishing stuff in the game. But anyway, Hunter, you got anything? You got stuff to show off.
Yeah, I can show off stuff if we got time for that.
Do it.
Well, all right. So I'm just going to share off these two because these are like two of the favorite things of some of the stuff because the others were just, if I can get my camera to work now. Okay, here we go. So I got this first one, Bears and Borderlands. Of course, my thing's all mirrored.
Where's your camera?
It's actually is it not on right now? And
okay, there you go.
Okay, so this is supposed to be a Zero Edition clone, Bears and Borderlands, and it sells itself as a weird science fantasy, old school style role-playing game set in the dark radioactive wasteland of magic, black powder, and dragons. So it's like Fallout, Gamma World, and the fantasy of D&D all combined into one. And it comes
I've heard
in like
that's
these.
Good.
Yeah, it comes in like the actual 4 like pamphlets like they did for like the old school D&D. And I've actually been talking to the guy who made this game. I'm going to be eventually, once he gets more players, he's going to start another campaign that I'm going to play in because I actually record myself creating a halfling cleric for this game. It's a video that I'll post at some point. And then I also got.
Hey, everybody drink.
Yep, because Magnificent Devil, I still have been pondering that Cyberstein word ever since Magnificent Devil said it when I was on one of the streams that day. So now that I have this, I want to make this a reality and start trying to get people to help create the city and all the factions in it and stuff. So
absolutely, that would be sweet. Or I mean, if you don't have time to do that, I mean, you could always crib, Night City itself, just like I did whenever I ran it.
Well, I also bought the because I was going to use it for another game, but I bought it's the Cyberpunk the anime expansion kit that they sold.
Yeah, Edge Runners.
Edge Runners, yeah. I ended up buying that because I was going to use like kind of parts and bits and pieces of that for another system. But I may try to throw that in with this maybe a little bit, see what I can do with that.
You'll find that Cities Without Number is very versatile, but you have one problem.
Which is what?
Now that you have bought Cities Without Number, you're going to want Worlds Without Number, Stars Without Number, and pretty soon Ashes Without Number.
I'm definitely wanting to get Ashes Without Number for sure.
Well, here's good news for you then. I was hoping Ironcaster would be around for this, but I got this letter today. So it says it's from Kevin Crawford on Kickstarter. And he says, the books are printed. He says, munificent patrons, I've just received notice from Jostens that the book have been printed and will be on their way to the fulfillment house either today or tomorrow. Since they're only going from Tennessee to Michigan, he expects them to arrive at the end of the week. Once they're in place, they'll overnight a book from the shipment to confirm that everything came out properly, and then it will be time to start shipping your books. So he's locked his address, all the addresses for stuff, and the next update will be that we get a confirmation that the books have started shipping.
Nice. So any extra offsets that he has will be up on his site to buy then soon enough.
Yeah, that's right. And he says he expects this to happen around the first week of July. He says at that time, the web store will also be open to orders of the surplus 1,000 copies I ordered, and buyers can take advantage of a month-long shipping window to Australia, since he'll know how much shipping to charge at that point.
Oh, that's nice.
No, yeah, it's great. I love this dude so much. He, he's good, and he really seems to care about the people who support him, which is sweet. Do we need Cyberpunk Red to be played in Ashes Without Number? I mean, I guess you could, but I don't know. Cities Without Number would be better, although Cyberpunk Red is technically sort of post-apocalyptic because, as Just a Passerby notes, that, Cyberpunk Red happens post Arasaka Tower explosion, so the city is kind of covered by ash and radioactive fallout and stuff from the two nukes that Johnny Silverhand and Morgan Blackhand set off in Arasaka Tower. And yeah, I think the sky is actually red from the nuke. So EO was supposed to develop a 007 game, but with recent world events, they decided to put it in Hitman 3. That'd be cool. Hitman still sells well. I mean, I wasn't impressed with it when I played it, but I haven't played the latest iteration, so maybe it's gotten a lot better. It looks like it's fun, though. Red Rain because of the fourth corporate war, yeah.
I've only played one Hitman game. I can't remember which one it was. It was the one where it's like you had to like rescue the little girl that had like the chip necklace or something.
You're speaking apples and oranges to me, my man.
Yeah, it was Hitman, but I mean, I enjoyed it for what it's worth. Like, I'm not big on like the whole stealth kind of thing, but I mean, for what it was worth, it was a decent enough game. Like, even just attempting to it and seeing like what I could do with it, and then of course you got all the funny bugs and different kills that you can do just depending on where you're at. It made it fun too. Like, I just love watching when people post compilations of all the different ways that he takes out targets.
Yeah, that stuff is cool, but yeah, anytime somebody in a video game says, this will be a stealth mission, I'm kind of like, well, we can be stealthy with a minigun, right?
It's like, you're pretty stealthy if you leave no survivors.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, if nobody in the building is left alive after I'm done, that's a successful mission, right? Because there's no witnesses.
Exactly.
So, hey. Anyway. All right, everybody out there in YouTube land, y'all take care, and we will see you on Saturday, where I believe we will have a guest if things work out the way they're supposed to. We may have
Good
two.
night, oh, nice. I'm actually going to be out of town, unfortunately. I'll be out of town with family, so I'm not going to be here on Saturday. So,
how do you miss all of our guests, man? What is it?
I'm spending time with the family.
Okay.
Good
Well,
night,
family's
everybody.
more important. Yeah. Good night, everyone. Y'all take care. We'll see you Saturday.